Well, we don't ignore evil, we seek to expose it. And this is Thoughts While Thinking, and these opinions are mine. And what is racketeering? Well, let's look at that. Racketeering simply means illegal scheme, racket, describing offenses including kidnapping, murder, bribery, and arson, and extortion, and blackmail to money. Now, that is original definition of racketeering. And let's look at it a little closer. Well, let's see where we're going. It's organized crime. Well, do you think Trump is in organized crime? Well, let's look at that too. And in reality, they're not after him. They're after us. Think about that. That's where they're doing. They're just done away with the rule of law. They have a tyranny. They got dictatorship. And it's not against the law to protest an election. It's been done several times. And one of the biggest ones was back in 1860 when they contested Abraham Lincoln's. And it's just not against the law to challenge election results. And to look at it, they did it in 1800. They did it in 1824. They did it in 1860. They did it in 1876. They did it in 1912. They did it in 1948, in 2000, and 2016. Now think about all those things, and all of a sudden, it's they're trying to prosecute somebody for doing that, and they're parsing words, and the parse a word is to analyze a sentence and name the parts and the sections and give it a part of speech or a word and they explain it that may not even be what it's supposed to be. That's what it is. And it's election fraud. That's what we're looking at. Think about all of this. And it's you they're after. Oh my, we'll get to it. And it all started way back in 1935, I think, or earlier than that. Maybe even in Lincoln's day in the 14th Amendment and the Commerce Clause. It all started there. And old Julian Assis says that in the final analysis, 98% will fail the test when it comes to fraud in Washington. And that's what we feel like when we look at Washington up there and the wannabe tyrants that are turning into tyrants. Think about it. And the voter fraud is exposed as the 2020 chaos begins. Think about this stuff. And we have absolute proof that we had fraud in the elections on those mail-in ballots. Think about it. And we got to clean up our voting system. We need to get back to paper ballots. We need to get back to one-day voting. And we need to limit mail-in ballots to those that can prove a handicap or in the military service with IDs and registration forms, and not just mail it in. And the simple step of courageousness as individual is not to take part in a lie. So we got to quit taking part in a lie and show our courage. And appreciate you subscribing because it helps get along here. And there's nothing fair in this world. You might as well get used to it. But we got to work for making it better. And we're just sitting here waiting for them to indict Trump on removing a mattress tag off his mattress. Think about that. That looks to me about how ridiculous we're getting this stuff. And you'll see. He says that. And referring racketeering defined, we covered that. And it's absolutely ridiculous that there's racketeering involved in protesting the election. It was just exposing what was going on, and they don't like that. That's the way it is. It was fraud. And now they want to put Trump in jail where he can't run for president. They're afraid of him. And we got to stop this insanity now. We got to keep getting back to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, and get those clowns out of Washington and drain the swamp. And appreciate you signing up, and that's all, folks. And thanks for watching. And it's adios, amigos, and we'll see you on the flip side.